Recently in a video, I made a sandwich by mistake that was so delicious, I had to try it again. Let's get into it. What's up, barbecue fans? Welcome back to the patio. My name's Jake. You're watching Mom and Cook. Today on the channel, we're doing a smoked chuck roast on the workhorse. Now, I wasn't planning on doing this video, but I was at the butcher yesterday, picking up some meat for something else, and I look over and there is this beautiful choice, upper grade choice chuck roast that had the most amazing marbling. I'll show it to you in a second, but I'm looking and the butcher's like, anything else? I said, yeah, I think I'll take that chuck roast in the center. He's like, that's a thing of beauty, isn't it? I'm like, yeah, I can't believe the marbling on it. So a while back on my Yoder, I was doing a video where I did a chuck roast as a brisket. I overcooked it slightly, let it rest, and I decided to turn it into a sandwich, and it was absolutely delicious. So ever since then, I've been wondering if I change a couple things and we do it on our workhorse, how good is that sandwich going to be? So today we're doing that. Before we can get into that, let's get the workhorse fired up. Here's our chuck roast. I'll show you a close-up of this thing in a second. Let me get my lids off here. Take our pepper cannon. Now this is like 16 mesh. That's a good amount. That's almost a tablespoon and a half, just to give you an idea. It does not take too long to get a lot of pepper with this thing. This thing is pricey, but I'll tell you what, you will never find another grinder that grinds the way that this thing does. So let's look at this chuck roast. Can you see the marbling in there? Like choice, like that is absolutely amazing. It's almost Wagyu-ish the way it looks in this little section here. Obviously the rest doesn't have that, but it's pretty amazing. Now this has been dry brine for 24 hours. 25 if I'm going to be specific. So it's got lots of salt into it. It is dried up. Now I never use a binder. I don't think you guys have ever seen me use a binder, but today I am. I'm just going to use some of the W sauce. If you like Worcestershire sauce, this stuff is absolutely delicious and it goes great with beef. But I'm going to give a nice coating of this all over because I need some moisture for our smoke to stick to, and I'm going to put some pepper and a little bit of garlic on here, and we need it to stick to that. Now, if you guys have never tried the W sauce, one of my subscribers mentioned it, and if you like Worcestershire sauce, you're gonna love this because it's like Leon Perrins on steroids, really. It's just got such a punch of flavor, and it's nice and thick. So we're gonna take our pepper here. Ooh, not like that. We're going to make sure we get all sides. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. We'll get a little bit of garlic on here. I don't use it too often on something like this. I love garlic, but today I just want a little bit of a change up. And we're not going to go heavy with it. Just add a little flavor to the outside. Now the big thing here, if you're going to use a garlic on something like this, make sure you use granulated garlic, not powdered garlic. So we're going to put that on the side over here, close this up. We're going to run at 250 for the first couple hours, then I'm going to dial it up to 275 to bring it home. I am going to spray it with water, but since we've got a nice heavy coating of W sauce on there, we're going to wait probably a couple hours and I'll bring it back, see how we're looking. It's been 7 hours. It's time to pull this guy off and wrap it. Let me show you how we're looking. I mean, it's looking phenomenal. We're at 165 closest to the stack. Get the fat pocket there. 164 through there. In the back we're a little cooler, 160, but we're in really good shape. Before I get my hands all messed up, keep our heat in here. Let's prepare our wrap. We're gonna wrap this. Got some heavy duty foil here. And what I'm gonna do here, this is gonna get shredded and into sandwiches. So I'm gonna do a little bit of tallow. Everyone likes tallow on their beef, right? I'm gonna load up my spoon because I'm gonna put a little bit on top. Put that like so. Kids are outside playing. I'm also gonna take some of the W sauce and I'm gonna put a little bit of that down here. I think that's gonna add some flavor to it. I'm gonna do the same thing for the top. So I should have actually, I'll move it over this way. We're gonna plop that right in the middle like so. And then I'm gonna drag this off. Actually, probably pretty good. Then I'm gonna put a big old dollop on top. A little bit more W sauce. And now we're gonna wrap this bad boy up. Nice and tight wrap. I'm gonna keep everything nice and close. So this can just sit and all that goodness now for, I don't know, maybe another hour. I don't think it's gonna take too long. Put that guy back on like so. And like I said, I think it's only gonna probably take an hour, maybe an hour and a half. It's a small piece of meat, but now that we're wrapped up, it should come up to temperature pretty quick. We're probably gonna cook this to somewhere around 208 to 210 so it shreds up nicely. So it's been about an hour and 15. It's time to pull off the chuck roast. Actually a little higher than I expected. 205 there, 210, 208, 209. So it's definitely done. Might be a tad too high, but I think it's gonna be okay. We're gonna pull this guy off and rest it. I got one drip on here. Hopefully I didn't poke too far in. I'm gonna let this rest just for like 30 minutes. Why don't just let the juices redistribute a little bit and a little bit more time in that W sauce will be perfectly okay with me. All right, I can't wait any longer. I've been thinking about this bad boy since yesterday when I first laid eyes on it. Pick this guy up. I brought out a plate because I don't want to lose any of this goodness. Now this guy does have a string or two around it. We're gonna get that out. Where'd the other one go? There we go. Oh man, look at that color. All right, start to rip this guy apart. Almost like pulled pork. Piece in there. Hang on to that bark. Cut this guy out here. Get rid of that piece there. Definitely a couple, you know, it's chuck roast, so there's some fat in there. I'm just gonna cut that out. Yeah. The rest of it's coming apart nicely. So the middle could have went a little longer. There's still a little bit of tough fat in there that I'm just ripping out around. It's quite hot. Wow, the flavor on that is amazing. There's definitely some spots in the center that could have went a little bit further, but a nice piece on the outside with the bark. Oh man, That's delicious. Add in the Worcestershire sauce. You got yourself a great little sandwich here, which is exactly what I'm gonna have. So before I can share my final thoughts, let's talk about the contest. So every video I do a contest, super easy to enter. All you gotta do is you gotta be subscribed to the channel, you gotta like the video and comment down below. For this video, we'll use hashtag chuck roast, hashtag beef sandwich. Comment down below with those hashtags. At the end of the month, I'll draw 4 winners from all the Tuesday videos and 4 winners from all the Thursday videos. And if your name is drawn, use a random comment generator. What I'll do is I'll give you a $25 gift card to bbq.com. If you happen to be a Patreon member, I'll double it and I'll make it 50 bucks. So this turned out pretty good overall. It's not exactly as good as I wanted. The outside is perfect, but as I got to the inside, it just needed a little bit more time. I rushed it. It is almost 9 o'clock on a Sunday night. This is my dinner. I want to get in and eat it. So I rushed it, paid the price a little bit, but hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, do so below. Thanks as always for watching. I'll see you soon.